Hello, welcome to the Breaking 90 podcast. I'm your host, Alex Harriman, and this is my co-host, Jerrika and Alex. We are the coaches of Breaking 90 Fitness. Thanks for listening. How are you doing today, Jerrika?
Pretty good. How have you been?
Yeah, good. Can't complain. We've had something pretty crazy happening in the past, I guess, couple weeks now. In our backyard, one of my dogs dug up a nest of rabbits.
As if.
Have you ever found baby rabbits?
No.
You always hear these stories from people. They're like, make sure you check your lawn before you mow the lawn because baby rabbit nests under the grass. And I've never seen a nest of baby rabbits before this. My dog came across it, found it. So she actually killed one of them, which was awful. But there was like 5 more. And the nest is like so camouflaged that literally you would never find it. So to look through your whole lawn before you cut the grass, you would never find this nest. It's amazing how camouflaged it is.
Is it deep in the grass?
It's only like, I would say like 6 or 7 inches deep, and there's like 6 baby rabbits in there, and they're like the size of mice almost. Like they're so tiny. So we started researching this because it's new to us and it's exciting, and our dogs obviously. And we're like, I guess baby rabbits, they don't open their eyes for like 10 days. So the first thing we look for are their eyes open. No, they weren't. And I'm like, oh great, they're really fresh. And they stay there for like 3 weeks. So I've been having to walk the dogs out front. They haven't been in the backyard at all because I don't want them killing any more poor things.
Just gotta fence it off, build a fence around it.
And so the mother rabbit comes back like twice a day.
Oh yes, so you can't. Oh.
Yeah, and so it's been a disaster, really. But it's really cool. We've seen them grow up. Now they're out of the nest and they come and go from the yard still a bit. But it's pretty cool. They're so tiny and they're so cute. And we've held a couple of them. My dogs keep trying to get them, so that's been like a complete fiasco. The dogs just run outside constantly
because they know they're there. Yeah.
I guess they picked the yard though because of dogs we were reading. So
really?
Yeah, they'll pick a yard that has scent of animals, so it'll fend off predators because cats are like notorious for killing them. So they pick yards with dogs, and we read that they have like an 80% chance of dying before the age of 2. Like they're literally not designed to live, these animals. No. They're just like food that walks around for other animals. Wow. Yeah, so that's my story for the day. Pretty crazy experience, but it's cool.
That's awesome. I love it. I have a pet rabbit in my backyard that I look at every morning, but nothing exciting. I just stare at it outside my window.
Do you feed it?
No, I've tried, but I just let it be.
Our neighbor actually feeds rabbits all the time, and I'm like, oh, this is the reason I have the babies now, because you keep feeding these things. Yeah, because he's got constantly throwing like carrots and apples out for them. Cool. So
what do you got today for us?
Off the rabbit topic, what I have for us, and I don't really have a title for this yet, but basically the topic I want to talk about is the importance of taking imperfect action, the importance of doing something and taking imperfect action. And so I mean, we're gonna for sure talk a little bit about the all or nothing mentality, and we'll probably talk about consistency, and we've covered some of these things in the past, but just the idea that I've heard the term used a lot of analysis paralysis, where you spend more time thinking about what you should be doing instead of just taking action, taking that first step. So maybe if you want to start us off, is that pretty clear about what I'm getting into?
Yeah, I think so. And I think what first comes to mind makes me think of workouts right away, and not being, if you see a long workout, not getting overwhelmed by, 5 sets of something or 45-minute workout. So just breaking it down. And I think you've used this tool with me before, is in some of our clients, is set a 10-minute timer and just get moving, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get something in for 10 minutes rather than being overwhelmed by that 45-minute workout.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that, because a lot of people, just like you said, when we start off with people, maybe we'll upload a 45-minute home workout, and people will look at that, and it's overwhelming for sure if you've been pretty sedentary up until the time of starting with us. But our main goal with people, as we've talked about in the past, is movement. And once movement becomes a regular part of your routine, you're doing well, then we can up the ante a bit. We can dig a bit deeper into that. But at first, we want you moving consistently. So if you have a 45-minute workout that's daunting and it's overwhelming you to the point you're not doing it, I would rather you just set that timer, like Jerrika mentioned, set that timer for 10 minutes. And when it goes off, call it a day. And when you can do that easily, then maybe you do a 15-minute workout, or maybe you add another one into your week. But it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like, doing anything is always better than doing nothing at all.
I think too, having, like you mentioned, imperfect, and giving yourself some grace, right? Like, if, someone who can only do a quarter lunge, just an example, and don't choose not to do that lunge because your lunge isn't a full range of motion lunge, right? That imperfect lunge is still a great start. And eventually, I mean, it's still perfect in my mind because it's still movement.
Yeah, that's a really good example. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, about lunges. They said that it hurt to go all the way down in a lunge. And it's like, yeah, just do a half for now, and do it consistently, and do that every week. And then try to get a little bit lower and work on it as you go. But it's going to start to get easier. You're going to get better mobility. You're going to get stronger, and the pain probably isn't going to be the same. That's a cool example. I think that's, whether or not people are working with us, or whether you're out there, you're trying to figure out your own journey or where to start. I think that's like one of the largest pieces of advice that I could give you, is just start today with anything. This goes for a lot of different areas of our lives. It doesn't just relate to health and fitness. It's people starting businesses. It's people changing daily habits, and it's in relationships, and it's in the workforce. It's people are always trying to figure out the best way to do something. But what we almost regularly discover is there isn't a best way, and starting with something is still going to be taking a step forward towards that goal, right?
Absolutely. And it's so interesting what you learn when you actually start something the imperfect way, right? You'll end up hitting so many more roadblocks, which at the end of the day, you actually end up taking so much more from that experience.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. One of the training courses I took, actually, it like, that was like their motto. So you would do a module, and it would be like, go put this into play. And your mind naturally wants to finish the whole course. So you'd want to get through all the modules, finish the course, and then you're like, I'm going to take off firing day one when I'm done this course. But they would force you to like stop. They'd put a stop sign in the course, actually, and be like, okay, go do it now. And then the next module, you'd be like, oh crap, I didn't really do that properly, or I didn't like the way I did that. But that's fine. Like, that's completely fine. That's part of health and fitness and nutrition, is like, you have to discover what works for you, what doesn't work for you, how you like as a coach to coach something, what works for your clients. Because I mean, we've seen it with our own clients. You're going to tell somebody to do something, and it's going to work amazing for them. And then you try to copy that with another client, and it's not going to work at all.
Exactly. And even in the past, when we've done, 30-day challenge or 28-day challenges, and you've released a new video every single day teaching the clients something new, but where some of them, they want all those videos on day one, right? They want to know all the information. But how you've developed and you've structured it so that they learn something new every day of that whole month. So at the end of that month, they actually had all that information. So doing it, that was kind of what came to mind when you said that, how they can take all the information and put it to play.
I think anybody on their health and fitness journey, it's really important that you learn some of the lessons for yourself. Like, I think working with a coach is great. Working with a team is great. Going to a gym is great. But if you're always leaning on somebody, it's going to be very difficult when you're on your own. So I think it's important. And what I often encourage our clients to do is take a guess, make your best judgment call, go for it, and then reach out to us after. And so we do it with the nutrition a lot, and people will go to a restaurant, and I say, if you're going, like, obviously not right now with COVID, but I say if you're going to a restaurant, you can for sure send me the menu and I'll help you pick something, but I would rather you pick something and tell me what you picked, and then tell me why you picked it. Yep. And then we can use it as a learning experience.
Yep, that's awesome.
And I think that can apply to nutrition in general. Like we use a point system with our nutrition, but I tell people, before you just reach out to me with an item, say a new yogurt, and say, hey coach, what's this yogurt, the points on this? No, I want you to send me the yogurt, but I want you to tell me what you think the points would be.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're teaching people how to be independent. We're not teaching people how to rely on us forever.
Exactly.
So we talked a little bit about exercise. I think we should touch on the nutrition though. So people starting a new nutrition journey, maybe you're already doing well with exercise, maybe you're moving regularly, or you're following a really good workout series, but you're struggling with nutrition, and you're trying to figure the best diet out there. Most people have tried keto. If you've tried something recently, a lot of people have tried Weight Watchers. You might have tried paleo if you're a part of a CrossFit gym or something along those lines. And now you're struggling to get started again because you don't know what the right thing to start with. The misinformation on the internet. You go on the internet, what's the best diet? You're going to find 10. There's tons of overwhelming information. You don't know where to get started. I mean, give people a little bit of advice if you have to, Jerrika. Where's the best place to get started? A few tips to get started if they're sitting there struggling with that.
The first thing that I always think of is just keep it simple, right? Think about your water. What are you doing now? How much water are you drinking? If you're drinking maybe, 4 glasses of water a day, and that's the max you're ever hitting. Then let's pick a goal. Let's say 5. And we've mentioned this. We've mentioned the bare ass minimums a few times. And what's the bare ass minimum of water? My water goals are going to be, I'm going to say 5. And let's hit that. We always just like to keep it simple. And then maybe 3 weeks from now, that 5 seems super easy, 5 cups. So now we're going to make it 6. And I know when people think nutrition, they always think food, but we've talked about many times, and we can do a whole podcast on the importance of water. But that's always my first go-to tip, is looking at water and how much are you getting in.
Yeah.
What would you,
that's
sorry,
great.
Go ahead.
No, yeah. What were you going to add to that, or you were going to ask me something?
I was going to ask you what would be number 2.
Okay. So number 2 then, and this is going to be a little different for each person. I'll just start with my suggestion. My suggestion for most people is make a list of like 10 things or 5 things. I usually say 10, but 10 things that you could do that if you did them consistently for the next year, they would make you a little bit healthier. And I get people to make that list of 10, and then I say pick the top 3 and start with those. And that's how simple it needs to be. But if you're going to ask me what is number 2, and you started them with water, I'll say vegetables. So start with like making sure you're getting 2 fist size portions of vegetables every day. And if you're knocking that out of the park for like 10 days straight, go up to 3. But it doesn't need to be any more difficult than that.
No.
And people are going to be like, oh, what vegetables? Like, yeah, some vegetables are better. Some have better nutrients. So just start with any. Start with a vegetable you like and that you're going to eat consistently. Try to switch it up from day to day. Right?
I think that's a really good point that you said, is something that you like. Yeah. I think so many people try, and they try to find the most perfect vegetable, and they'll try to eat it even though they hate it. And it's keeping it simple. It's what do you enjoy eating, and start with that.
I actually have to, I know we're on the nutrition topic, but I have to circle back to exercise here, because what you just said is huge. Do something you like. Like, we've talked about this in the past, and this is a huge problem with fitness, is you may or may not know, but the best workout out there, the one that's going to get you the best results, and that workout to you, maybe you hate it, maybe you can't see yourself doing it, but you know it's going to get you the best results. Well, that's not the best workout for you. If you hate it, you're not going to put your heart into it, and you're probably not going to do it consistently. So like, if you could go walk every day and you love that, start with that. If you have a circuit class that you love doing, or a boot camp class that you love doing, and even though you know that strength training might get you a bit better results, do the circuit class. Like, unless you're talking about a high-end athlete here and you're trying to get specific results, for now, movement is your goal. Do something you love and do it regularly.
100%. Love it. Same thing, like we talked about the food. You're way more likely to stop that diet or that new nutritional lifestyle if you don't enjoy what you're eating, right? How daunting is it to look at a plate of food and know that you don't want to put a single bite of that in your mouth? So try to make it fun and enjoyable, and it definitely makes the journey a hell of a lot more fun.
Okay, I like where this is going. So you started us off with tip number 1, increase your water bare ass minimums. I gave them veggies. Roll us into number 3. Give us another one.
I'm always going to hit the protein.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to go with the protein goals. Well, we know that obviously we talked about strength training and just getting that movement in, but we know that muscle mass, if fat loss is our goal, muscle mass can obviously help with burning more calories and many, many more positive goals down the line, but we'll just help with talk about fat loss. So let's say I'm someone who gets maybe 2 palms of protein in a day. And that's something that I think is achievable. Then I'm going to try and stick to 2 palms of protein, maybe for 2 weeks, but then we want to try and up that to 3 palms, right? Once we can start finding new types of protein to incorporate, it might become easier. And I think, side note, I think having that community really helps when it comes to, especially nutrition, right? Because you just day in, day out, I'm eating the same chicken breast or same piece of steak. So having that community gives you some really awesome protein ideas.
So can I stop us here? Something that's really cool. I'm taking a couple notes as we're talking. So when people get on a nutrition journey, a diet, whatever you want to call it, they almost always look at what they need to remove, right? Mm-hmm. They look at what do I need to take away from myself to become successful. So you and I just talked about our top 3 nutrition tips, and all 3 of them were adding. We didn't remove anything. And I think that's super important to highlight. So we said, increase your water, increase your vegetable intake, increase your protein intake. And we haven't even mentioned removing anything from your diet.
How often do you see online everything says remove sugar, remove this, remove that?
Remove
it's so
bananas.
Restrictive. Remove our favorite, bananas.
Yeah, and I think
true.
I think that's pretty powerful when you start thinking of what you can add to your life and what you can add to improve your health, rather than always looking at what you can improve. Because obviously, inherently, you're going to drink more water, eat more vegetables, eat more protein. You're going to find yourself more full. You're going to eat less of the other stuff anyways. But it's a completely different mindset when you're not like, I can't have my favorite food. I can't have this. I can't have this. No, you can. But you need to hit your other goals, and we need to like focusing on adding is massive. So I'm actually going to go off the nutrition grid for tip number 4, and we don't have to take this any further. But tip number 4 is going to be another add, and that's going to be add sleep.
I like it.
I think stress and sleep in general are 2 of the things holding a ton of people back from their goals, specifically lately. If you can do one big thing to improve both your stress and sleep, it's getting more sleep. And that's another add some quality sleep to your protein, vegetables, water, and I think you're going to notice big changes in your results.
I love it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good overall view of what I wanted to talk about. But just to circle back, if you're sitting here listening to this, if you're driving right now listening to this, or you're on a walk listening to this, like, don't let analysis paralysis. Don't let all of the decisions, all of the information out there overwhelm you to the point of not getting started. We don't wait for a new week. We don't wait for January 1st. Like, get started right now. If you're listening to this, cut the episode off and go do something.
Bye. See ya.
See you later. That's the end of it. But for real, you're only one bite away from being back on track. You're only one step away from being back on track. And that's as simple as you need to start. Once you start, reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you step number 2. But I think that's really where everybody needs to start today.
I love where this went. That's awesome.
Cool. Well, yeah, I've covered everything. Hey, do you have a nutrition or a kitchen tip or a lifestyle tip, something to leave them with?
I'm giving you a kitchen tip today. This is actually going to be something to help you hit your protein goals and that sweet tooth craving that I so genuinely have every day. Lately I just started discovering my protein mug cake recipe. I used to make these all the time. Super simple. I just take a scoop of my protein, which right now is chocolate milk flavored. Is it
the Muscle Farm one?
It sure is.
It's so good.
They had no cookies and cream left, so I had
it's better than the cookies and cream.
It's very good. Okay, 1 scoop of protein, 1 teaspoon. I just put a teaspoon of powdered peanut butter because I love chocolate and peanut butter together. A teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 cup of almond milk. And then you can put whatever addings you want in there, like vanilla or chocolate chips or whatever. And then you just mix it up, put it in the microwave for 45 seconds. I top mine with a little bit of light whipped cream, and I have a protein cake in my giant mug.
Cool. I'm going to try that. I might try that tonight.
So good.
Awesome. That's a great tip. I know people will love that one. There's lots of people with a sweet tooth out there. We'll leave it at that for tonight, guys. Thank you for listening. We've been getting a lot of great feedback on the podcast. I'd appreciate it. I know Coach Jerrika would appreciate it if you guys keep the reviews coming. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear. We're really doing this for you guys. If people keep reaching out to us and saying they want more episodes or they want to hear about specific topics, that's what's driving us. So let us know what you want to hear. Leave us reviews. Let us know what devices you're listening on. Leave the comments. It's all helpful, and it all motivates us to keep going. So thanks for listening, and hope you guys have a great day.